Chris from Wax Books and Whimsy tagged me in this rapid fire book tag challenge. So I pulled up the list of questions and we're going to rapid fire this. Now, I don't know who in the Wax community is also an avid book reader. Well, scratch that. I do. So play along, make your own video. So that's a lot. I'm going to tag some people right at the get-go. Well, not really tag some people. Question number 25 is tag some people. So I know that who else reads? I know that Summer reads. I know Alexis reads. So I know a lot of us in the Wax community read. I don't know who has a channel and who wants to play along. So if you have a channel and you want to play along and post it, please do. If you want to play along and you don't have a channel, answer down below. So let's just get to it. Number 1 is ebook or physical book. Physical book all the way. However, if I'm driving, I'm listening to a book. If I'm in bed, I'm on an ebook so I can have the lights off. Paper book or hardcover, I don't care. It's physical. I don't care. Either one, as long as there's room in my bag for it, I'm a happy camper. Online or in-store book shopping. In-store book shopping all day, every day, every day. I did this yesterday. I collect vintage cookbooks, and I went, whenever I'm at an old bookstore, I'm always looking for old vintage cookbooks. The older, better. My oldest one is from 1942. Love it. And then I have a 1946, and I think I have a 1947, and those are used and abused and old, and I just love I love the writings in it. I love the pieces of paper in it. So I love strolling the aisles and just getting lost in the books. So in store for sure. Trilogies or series. It really depends on, it really depends. I'm okay with the trilogy because I'm okay with the story ending as long as it's done well. And I'm okay with series as long as it's done well. If it's a super long series, I will for sure take a break in between and do a palate cleanser and read a few things in between, and then read maybe 2 or 3 books. So like some of these cozy mysteries, there's like 20 or 30 books. I'm not reading 20 or 30 books in a row. I don't need to be in town that long. I will come visit for about 2 or 3 books, and then go somewhere else and then come back for a visit. So, trilogies or series, I don't care as long as it's good. Heroes or villains. I am really down for a morally gray villain, to be honest. Especially in romance. I'm really down for a morally gray villain, or someone who thinks they're a villain, but really they're not. They're the hero, and they've just been brought up to believe they're the villain. Love that so much. And yeah, a book you want everyone to read. Well, if you are not down for a romance, a mafia romance, this is not for you. But my most favorite book is from the Kings and the Queens and Monsters series. This is Ruthless Creatures. This one, the whole series. I'm not going to say a book you want everyone to read. The series. This one, though, Carnal Urges, this is one of my favorites. So this is a dark mafia romance, but oh my gosh, the humor, the banter, love it so much. The last book you finished. The last book I finished, what was it? Hold on. Because I finished a couple almost kind of at the same time. And I can't remember which one was which. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, currently reading Red. Come on. The last book I read was called Mary. And Mary, An Awakening of Terror. And it's from Nat Cassidy. So this one, you guys, I had a hard time getting into reading the book. And so I found it on Libby, my library app, so I can listen to it while I read it and then listen to it while I'm doing other things. And that was better. It was a ride. It was a ride. That's all I can say is holy crap, it was a ride. I can't even describe it to you, but it was a ride. Horror, psychological, slasher, psychological thriller, horror. Like try it. But like for me, I had a hard time getting into it, reading it. So I absolutely had to listen to it on book to kind of get through it. Because the beginning was just like, it's kind of like, I get, now that I finished the book, I get why the beginning was the beginning, but there we go. Let's see here. Oh, recommend an underrated book. Holy bejesus, an underrated book. I couldn't tell you. I mean, it depends. It depends on the genre. It depends on who's watching, and like if I say, I mean, if I say, I feel like Empire of the Vampire is underrated. People who love Empire of the Vampire or love that genre be like, that was a great book. It's not underrated. So I think it's all, it depends on who is, you know what? Name of the Wind was a good one. However, he was supposed to write his third book like 5 years ago. Feels like 1,000 years ago. I would say that one's a good one. A Gentleman in Moscow. This one, you guys. This one was a really good one. Salt to the Sea. That one was so good. I enjoyed this one a lot. I would say read that one. I wouldn't say it's underrated. I would just say read it. It's a good one. I don't know. Okay. The last book you finished. The last book you bought. Well, I didn't buy just one book. I bought a few. I guess we'll do a mini haul while we're here, huh? This is not going to be a quick fire. So, Paladin's Grace. I got this one. I heard this one was a really good one. It's been on my list, but this cover, you guys, so fun. Then The Night and the Moth. I got that one, the Barnes & Noble's edition. I got Lights Out. I got Grey Dog. I heard this was creepy AF, so I'm excited for that one. Home is Where the Bodies Are. Heard that one's creepy. And The Haunting of Hill House. I heard that this one is nothing like the show, so I had to get it. Weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. There hasn't really been a weirdest thing, because this little red box here, when I grab a book, I grab a bookmark that goes with it. So I haven't had the weirdest thing I've used it. Used books, yes or no? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, these are new. Every now and then I'll go to Barnes and Nobles. Try not to use Amazon anymore. I'm trying to just go out and have the adventure and the instant gratification of going out there versus ordering online and supporting that. So yes. But I also enjoy going to the used bookstores because I like seeing names in the books and if anyone's written in it and their own bookmarks. Let's see here. Top 3 favorite genres. Frickin' A. Okay, well, I'm gonna have a few genres in one genre. So romance. So that includes my old school. Hold on. My old school historical fiction. If it's got a cheesy cover, I want it. I have a huge collection of old school historical fiction. But once again, then I also have my dark romance and mafia romance. So romance, all of it. The hero. I love romance so much. And fantasy romance, dark romance, gothic romance, all of that. Number 1. Number 2, horror thriller, psychological thriller. Love it. And historical fiction. Love historical fiction. I like reading. I don't know why, but anything from like the 30s and 40s is my favorite. Just the trials and tribulations and the heroism of people in World War II. I don't know. Something about it just captures my heart. So historical fiction, depending on the historical fiction. Yeah. And so also in the horror psychological thrillers, the cozy mysteries, that's 4 sort of kind of. Okay, I'm going to move on. Borrow or buy. I love to buy a book. I don't mind borrowing. I'll borrow a book from the library via ebook or Libby. Other than that, I typically go to the used bookstore and buy a book, or to the bookstore and buy a book. Character or plot? It depends on the story. There can be a great plot, but I swear to God, if there's a character that I just cannot stand, I have a hard time getting through it. If there's a character that I absolutely love, and I love the humor, or I love everything about that character, I can kind of overlook the plot. I don't know. Okay, long or short books? Both. I'm down for both. I don't mind if it's a really good book, and I don't care. I don't like them too short. And I don't like them too short. So, because I feel like if it's too short, sometimes you're missing things. Sometimes they don't put things in there that helps develop the story or the character a little bit more. So, long or short chapters? I would say I'm okay with short chapters, short to medium chapters. I like to feel like I'm getting through a book. even though it's a long book. I don't like when there's a chapter that's like 50 pages long and I'm like, are we done with this chapter yet? Especially if you are, like for me, I'll stop when I'm done. When I'm done reading, I'm done. I don't need a chapter. I don't need to finish a chapter to close the book and move on with my day or go to bed at night. I used to be that way. I used to be like, okay, let me get through another chapter. But now, doesn't matter to me. Name the first 3 books that you think of. All right. I don't know. I just named books. So I don't know. I'm just going to look at some of my favorite books. The Ritual. Oh my gosh, Ninth House and Quarantine. I didn't like that question. Books that make you laugh or cry. I need a book that makes me laugh. There's too much drama and too much sadness in the world, and sometimes in the books that make you laugh are also books that make me cry or tear up or gasp. And I'm okay with that, but I don't need a book that's going to make me cry the whole time. I have some of these books that I know are going to make me cry, and I have not even read them yet because I'm not prepared. I'm so not prepared. So, I would rather laugh than cry at the moment. Our worlds or fictional worlds, I don't care. I'm picking up a book so I can go somewhere else and get lost. And whether that's lost in a make-believe forest or lost in a big city, I don't care. Audiobooks, yes or no? Yes, absolutely. I feel like when I'm cleaning, when I'm doing errands, when I'm out and about, when I'm driving, audiobooks all the way. It just fantastic. I love audiobooks. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Yeah. So this book, for example, there was a couple different ones, and this one looked a little bit more creepier. Pick that one up. These ones, you guys, I have 3 different versions, 3 different book covers. First of all, because I love this series so much, but I think I have a favorite cover of this series, and this one's not it. Of course, I do like the colors, and I like the sprayed edges. I think they're schmexy. So, book to movie or book to TV adaptations. I have not. I lied. Okay, so Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson did a phenomenal job. Was there things that were missing? Yes. I've read the book a couple times. That is a chunker. That takes a while to get to. That's one that I will read during the daytime, and then at nighttime when I'm laying down, I'll put on audiobook to keep going, and then in the daytime I'll pick it up. So usually, when did I read? I read it the first time before the first movie came out. And then I read it again a couple years ago. So I'm kind of itching to pick it up again. But that's how I did it a couple years ago, is I was reading it and then audiobook and then pick up where I left off. So that one, they did a phenomenal job with the vibe of the book to the vibe of the movie. I feel like TV adaptations, they just change, especially lately, they just change way too much and go way just beyond the book, go straight too far away from the book, that it's just not even fun to watch. So I just don't. And a movie or TV adaptation you preferred over the books. There hasn't been one. Series or standalones. Either or, I don't care. And then tag some people. So there we go. Thank you, I think, Chris, for tagging me. That wasn't short. And I did not get through that as fast as I thought I would because I had to explain and talk about things, but whatever, here we are. Okay, so that is it for the book tag. Like I said, if you enjoy this and you don't have a video to upload your answers on, answer down below. Tell me, I mean, at least a few of these. Let me know what you think. And if you do have a channel that you film on and you love books, tag you're it. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.